State of the Battle Realm, the big puzzle. And last year, prior to the narrative roadmap, we indeed had a good old predicting time. And now Kabam are back with a new puzzle, a new State of the Battle Realm, and definitely lots of champions that we possibly could get in the future. And yeah, Kabam already gave us a load of champions which fall into what is dropping over the various different months of 2022. From mutant events right the way through to stuff with Doctor Strange, you name it, Kabam are going to be delivering it this year. Then they released the Summoner's Choice 2022, which just completely shook everything up that we thought was going to be happening, and as well put in this puzzle, which in the immortal words of Doctor Strange,
please Scooby Doo this crap.
You bet your sweet bippy we will, Doctor Strange. Bottom left hand corner star of Captain Britain, just think it's going to be it. Fingers crossed. Obviously he's British, so I'm like, oh come on, that'd be really cool if you could come in. And also like the history to stuff with like Avalon and Merlin and the amulet and stuff. Could be really cool. Story elements to explore. Then you got Mega Sentinel. I think that would be kind of like a good fit, especially with all these synergies that are still, you know, with question mark, you're like, what the heck's going on with these? This is where I feel that the multiverse of madness is going to either open up like loads of possibilities for characters. And I don't think we're going to get a new Mordo. I just think that's completely off the cards. But I do think there is a relatively good shout to say that there's a possibility of a Doctor Strange evil version, or kind of dark Doctor Strange, however you want to describe it, with the concept art being this. It could be a case where you see like a really, if you've seen the trailers, you know exactly what I'm talking about for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but also could factor into what happens with other characters in that particular film. There's massive rumor that Clea has been cast, and it's been a case that Emma Watson as Clea in Doctor Strange 2. I don't really want to go down too much down these kind of rumor mills, but it's one of these things where expect the unexpected, red herrings, possibilities and things like that. And this is why I've put this new version of Doctor Strange there. I'm still really optimistic about Wong being put in. As a lot of you know, a really decent character, really great portrayal and a lot of popularity. And I just think that this would be kind of good to put in. It would be Kabam's best interest to put this in from a business standpoint to get people locked in and interested. There's a question mark between Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and I've gone with Black Cat or Sandman. I feel the kind of nod for him being in the symbiote suit, the black suit, and the fact that one of the first characters that he interacted with was Sandman, who was kind of like, well, not interacted with, but the first time he started interacting with him to talk to him, Electro just wanted to kill him, but then Sandman in No Way Home was kind of like, you know, trying to help him out and kind of like, you know, first of all kind of save him a bit. So I kind of feel that could be a good nod, or it's Black Cat as that could fit into the month coming up where it's those Spider-Verse based heroes, characters, or what, not the October one, but kind of the early point of the year champion. It also makes me think about how the champion choice vote, the summoner's choice vote, is going to go. And let's face it, more than likely it's going to go down the route of QuickSilver. And with Wiccan always being a character that I've kind of felt is going to come at some point, especially with, as we can see on screen right now, that kind of tie-in right there between Scarlet Witch and the other two characters. I just kind of feel it's a good fit, but a lot of times good fits and what actually happens are two different things. To the left hand corner, time travel champ. What the hell is that, Richard? Explain. Well, Purgatory and Overseer were some kind of like time traveling, interdimensional travel characters, and I don't know if Kabam are going to start exploring this kind of like other dimensional plane, extra multiversal time travel element to it, which we had last year, where, as I said, we've got Purgatory, which is another version of Morningstar, Overseer, which is another version of Hulk, and whether or not Kabam are going to do something like that, or have their own Kabam-related character, new character this year, and I'm sure they're going to do it, so yeah, that's just my thoughts there. Don't know what it's going to be though. Now, I've been talking about Misty Knight until the cows come home as to like the amount of times that in the puzzle I've put her in. I still think that she has some worth to be put into the game, and whether or not it's something that we'll see this year or next year, it's just very ominous to see that there's a question mark that's above Luke Cage. And let's face it, it could be anything. It could even be like a nod to a character like White Tiger, who had association with Defenders, but I have even put White Tiger in to the right hand side, which we'll go over in a moment. This is when we get into the business end of things. So Baron Zemo, I just don't really know about this one. I kind of feel this has kind of changed its kind of worth and placement. Could it be Sam Wilson, Captain America? Quite possibly. Could it be association with World War II? Maybe. Could it be something completely different? Is it going to be Baron Zemo? Those are going to be key questions. Will it be something to do with the invaders? There's going to be a lot to kind of like predict with that one, but I'll stick with that and kind of go it's Baron Zemo, even though he's part of the summoner choice vote. But it doesn't have to be this year. A lot of the champions may even come in future years. That's why I think a lot of like the 2021 ones are actually going to come in 2022 and 2022 into 2023, those kind of things. So bottom here, Titania. This feels logical as Jamila Jamil is going to be playing the role. I kind of feel like even though Absorbing Man, I believe, has some kind of possible influence in the She-Hulk TV series on Disney+, I kind of feel like this will be something put in, but Kabam don't have a very good track record of kind of putting in Disney+ versions of characters, but it could be something to tie in, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. That's what I think. Now we're getting into the business area, and that is the Black Panther. What do I think is going to be the new Black Panther? Look, there's a lot of good shout to say it's Okoye or it's M'Baku, but at the same time, it's better for Kabam to get more people to come to the game if they have got what is going to be the changing of the mantle, which, let's face it, a lot of us are going, it's going to be Letitia White taking up the mantle as Black Panther. So I feel that that would be a good fit right there. The same thing with other good fits being that towards the bottom under the Asgardians. Yes, a lot of people will say that this is going to be Valkyrie, and I have been saying that for a long time. Valkyrie, Valkyrie, Valkyrie. But I just don't know if that's going to be something that they will do. Love and Thunder has a big kind of like cast of different characters, and having a character that's a villainous associated with Asgardians, having Gore the God Butcher, which this is taken from the kind of on set art or on set images of Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. I kind of feel that that's a definite one, but is it going to be Beta Ray Bill or is it going to be Valkyrie? And I just don't know if I kind of see that. It depends on how the Summoner's Choice vote goes, because if the vote goes one way or the other way, it could be a case it's either going to be Beta Ray Bill or it's going to be QuickSilver. It's going to be one of those two. So too early to kind of guess on that one, but I'll stick my neck out and say Beta Ray Bill. It's probably going to be wrong. It's probably going to be Valkyrie. You're probably wondering to yourself, next to the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I'll show you in a second, why have I not gone for Mantis or maybe Adam Warlock? And I just kind of feel like that's not going to be the case. Kabam will want to get you still playing the game until a cool character comes up, especially like Guardians of the Galaxy wise. And I feel like saving on to Adam Warlock into 2023 with the release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 may be a good thing to do. So expanding the Guardians of the Galaxy to a character like Quasar could be a really cool extra option. I'm definitely not going to rule out Mantis as being another character in there, but I just kind of feel like it's a bit too high end for what Kabam might do, because this might be a champion coming in association with December. If they want to have a lot of focus on a main character, the same way they did Silver Surfer and they did Kraven last year, then yes, it may be Adam Warlock. But would they really want to put that out so early before doing a movie version of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 the following year? That's going to be the big crucial right there. Now let's finish off with the bottom right hand corner. Lizard, Spider-Woman, White Tiger, Morgan Le Fay. Let's try and explain some of these. So Lizard, between Lizard and Sandman, I can't remember, but one of those two were confirmed by Gabriel Frazera, who is the art director and story director and all the kind of like one of the creative honchos at Kabam, which, if you haven't seen, I think Jay Axe did an interview with him, gave all those kind of details and information. So Spider-Woman, I just think that that's either going to be a case it's in or not. Spider-Woman is actually in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Let's face it, Spider-Woman is going to be in the voting, but I just don't think she's going to get through. She's got to go up against QuickSilver, Hobgoblin and Prowler, and QuickSilver is more than likely going to win that and go into the seeding for the round 2. So, with the film coinciding with an October release, so we've got like an October release for that film, and an October tie-in event for Across the Spider-Verse at the same time, more than likely we'll have characters from the Spider-Verse. And will it be a Spider-Woman to tie into the film, bring some people into the game, good business opportunity from Kabam? White Tiger is a bit of an iffy one to put in, but it's just one of these situations of going, well, White Tiger, the female or male version, has ties to the Defenders and other characters as well, and could be a good pick to be put in. It's just something I've just thrown in there because you never know. There's always some obscure characters that come in throughout the year, so Yeah, could be anything. Next to Doctor Doom is a bit of an iffy one. I've gone for Morgan Le Fay based on association with the character. You got the mother of Doctor Doom, Cynthia Von Doom. You've got a whole like load of characters. Enchantress, Fortune, Fritz, Ghost Rider Ketch, you name it. There's loads. Immortus. Just, I mean, choose really. Choose from a whole load of characters. Jack-O-Lantern. As Morgan Le Fay was one of those characters to choose from last year in the Summoner's Choice, I kind of feel like it may be the year that some of these kind of like trickle in, as I said before. So yeah, I'm going with that one. Now, what the heck is going on to the bottom middle and as well far left there with the Fantastic Four? Well, this is Ironheart. As I said, I'm not 100% sure on association. There was rumor that Wakanda Forever it would have Namor in some kind of like as the big bad, the big villain, but as well maybe association with Ironheart could be it. I'm kind of going with that, and Kabam wanting to kind of again capitalize on certain events tying into movies and have a bigger push because 2022 is a bigger year for the MCU. Not to say 2021 wasn't. It's just the case now we're starting to recover from things like the global pandemic to a degree. Damn you, Omicron. It's a case of like, you know, getting out as much as possible. So yeah, I'm still going with Ironheart. I still think very strongly about that, especially from last year, Summoner's Choice, and also the tie-in with Wakanda Forever, which the character is confirmed to be in, by the way. It should indeed be a very busy year. Now, what the heck's going on here? I really am unsure about these two characters. Now, last year, for an April Fool's joke, Kabam did put out Aunt May as a Herald of Galactus. Now, I'm still very unsure on that one, whether or not that was a joke or whether or not that was a tease in any kind. It's very weird that she was gold, and also subsequently very weird that she was named Herald of Galactus. But that doesn't mean to say that could be anything. It could be a bit of a ruse, but I just think that it's very, very weird that she, number one, was a Herald of Galactus, number two was gold. There are plenty of kind of golden looking characters. There's a character that I've said for a long time could be an association of Silver Surfer called Nova. I think it's Frankie Ray. But there's also a love interest that that Silver Surfer had. And even though that was on another Earth, you know, anything can happen in Marvel Contest of Champions. Shalabal of Earth 8327, who was a love interest of Silver Surfer's, also was turned into a Herald of Galactus called Starglow. So yeah, there is a good chance that that could be this character. It's just very weird that there's kind of like a kind of two golden characters, but again, it's Marvel Contest of Champions and expect the unexpected. In any case, that has been my predictions for some of the champions I think are coming, not just this year, because do bear in mind this will probably be 2022 and also 2023. And finally, make sure to check out some other content located on screen right now. See you in the next video. Bye bye.